Hey everybody, Eric Schweitzer here for The Gamer, back with another episode of your favorite game, joined by the two best co-hosts in the whole dang world, George Joy-Con Foster
Yeah, I hoped it'd be that. Hello.
and Stick Drift Stacey Henley,
Hello.
Brilliant.
the Stick Drifter herself. Hey, we're talking Nintendo, if that wasn't obvious. The Switch 2 is here. We're recording a little early, so we don't have it yet. Hopefully nothing catastrophic happened. They didn't start exploding out of the box or something.
Famous last words.
Famous last words. Indeed.
But with the Switch 2 here, I think it's a good opportunity to reflect on the Switch. The Switch 1, maybe inarguably the best console of all time. I see neither of you arguing.
We've had this discussion before. I think if you judge a console by the content of its library, you say the games that it has, I think the Switch is a massive contender. I think it would really be probably that of the PS2. But I think if you look at how good is it as a console, I think the Switch is a bad console.
Wow. What?
Its console functionality, I think, is poor for the modern era. The online connectivity doesn't work. It doesn't have any of the online voice chat. The storage system is pretty poor. It's pretty bare bones, a lot of the stuff. The pricings never drop. There's rarely any physical sales. So there's arguments that it's not, but it has fantastic games. I would argue the Xbox One is a better console as a console. It just had a terrible library.
I didn't want to start the show with an argument, but it feels like you're trying really hard to dance on the idea that it's a handheld home console. It's the first of its kind, and now everyone's copying it. Now this is the thing. The Steam Deck, the Lenovo, the Portal, everything is trying to be a Switch now.
While you two get ready to yell at each other, the Portal, I will say
the PS5 is its own thing. Go on.
The Switch, I still kind of treat it as a novelty, to be honest. It's never been my favorite console. Like, I like all of its games. I think I agree with Stace.
Wow.
I love the Switch. I do. I love my Switch.
There's not a lot of true gamers who will only have a Switch.
Yeah, and all the arguments whenever it's...
Well, a true gamer wouldn't have only anything.
That's true, yeah. True believer would have them all.
That's right, like me.
When there's talk of, like, Cyberpunk 2 on the Switch 2, for example, and people talk about third-party games coming over, I'm like, well, I'm never going to play a game that isn't made by Nintendo or first party on a Switch 2, right? Like,
why?
Why would I? I have it on other consoles that run it better.
Because you... Oh, man.
Where do I go?
Why am I mad at you guys already? Yeah.
I'm not talking about the Switch 2, though. The Switch 2, I've played a little bit of it, because the three of us have all been at different preview events. Obviously, we're recording this ahead of time, so we don't have the ones that are actually out. I was very, very impressed by it. The things that impressed me most when there was that big direct, it wasn't, we have basically Bloodborne 2, right? It wasn't, we've shown a little bit of Hollow Knight. It wasn't even Donkey Kong or Mario Kart. It was when they went through all the technical spec, and they were like, this is actually like on the level of modern consoles.
Yeah.
I don't think it's controversial to say that the Switch is in the same generation as, even going back to the PS4, it's notably less powerful, has less features, has worse functionality, and has terrible online connection. That's all also, the controllers don't work, famously. It was in your own intro. The most notable thing about the hardware is it breaks.
Yeah, there's a lot to criticize about the Switch, no doubt
I
about
love it, because it has so many great games, though.
And because you can hold it like this and play it wherever you are, anywhere, anytime.
When we start the show, that might have informed my pick, and I can wax lyrical about how much I love it. I just think, as a console, you judge them by how good they are as a piece of tech and how good they are in terms of games. That's why I said the Xbox One. A lot of things that Xbox One does, now everyone else copies, but it was terrible because it had no games.
The Switch saved Nintendo. Didn't just save Nintendo, but put Nintendo on top. Yeah.
Very true.
Nintendo World exists because of the Switch, I would go so far as to say.
Absolutely.
I had a Wii U, and that would have made Nintendo World.
The Switch not only is being chased by Valve and PlayStation and Lenovo, and I'm sure we'll get an Xbox handheld sooner or
They
later,
are,
but it also legitimized mobile. I don't think we'd have Netflix games without the Switch. I don't even know if we'd necessarily have xCloud without the Switch, like Game Pass Mobile.
Yeah.
It's been an industry changer, and I play a lot of things on the Switch that I could play on a PlayStation or PS4. It's probably my second choice for most things and my first choice for a lot of things. I infamously claim things are perfect Switch games all the time for just because that's how I feel like playing it.
Do you play a lot of portable Switch, Eric?
Yeah.
I'm a TV guy. I think that's
I think it
probably
does change your
where.
perspective. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I want to walk back. I want to apologize. His apology. I do love the Switch. I didn't mean it. I swear. But because I mostly play on the TV, I feel like I lose half of the Switch's appeal. Like, especially if you view it like that. I think the Switch 2, not that we're here to talk about that, that might change things up a bit. I think maybe I'll give it a try more in portable, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I-
I've always been a
I guess
TV
for
guy.
me, like if I'm gonna sit up and look at a big screen and hold a controller, I'm gonna play a PC game.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's just a difference between the way that we game, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
you've got a huge PC, you've got the ultra wide screen, got a really
Yeah.
impressive PC gaming setup. I've always gone to console.
Yeah. Except
Gotcha.
for the stuff you can't play on other consoles. What we're here to talk about.
Well, I did one last thing while we're still on this topic. I think one thing that the Switch probably doesn't get quite as much credit for is there has been a massive indie boom in the past 5 or 6 years. So many of those games had life brought to them on the Switch, even if they're kind of cross-platform. There's a lot of games, Animal Well, Hades, dozens of others that I'm just mine is completely blank. So that
all of the
prepared a
Devolver
big
ones.
AAA game, all the Devolver ones,
They're
all
all
those
on
sorts of
Switch.
games.
Yep.
Carrion was kind of a breakout hit that I really enjoyed. Like a lot of those games, I think, even if they were on other things, the portability of the Switch, like holding it in your hand, I think did really. I don't know if the Switch caused that, but I think it coinciding with a lot of indie games getting really experimental and really, really good helped a lot.
Definitely.
Bringing Metroidvanias back
Yes.
to the top
Roguelites
and
back.
roguelikes. I mean, Hollow Knight came out on the Switch a year after console, and yet a lot of people consider it a Switch game.
Yeah.
I think your point about this is the perfect Switch game. I don't often think that about many like big third party games, but like indie games all the time. I'm like, oh my god, like Spelunky is a Switch game.
Yeah, the new
I can only
crop
think
of
of Splunky, but yeah,
the new crop of
indies,
beat 'em ups, the
Yes.
Power Rangers, the Ninja Turtles, the
Yeah.
Datomu stuff. Those are all Switch games.
Marvel one
Yeah.
coming out soon was a Switch
Yeah.
Yeah,
game.
that's a Switch game. Yeah.
They're all Switch games.
Yeah. I think it's an incredibly important console that is deeply flawed. All those things you said are true. The internet is terrible. The store is completely unusable.
Yes.
There's zero curation. I constantly have problems with having multiple accounts and having my account on multiple systems. That's a nightmare.
Have you ever had stick drift?
The stick drift, I have had 2 Switches. They did not. One of my partner's Switches, I fixed. I had to replace stuff to fix the stick drift, and it might have come back.
I've never had it. Like I know it is a big issue. I don't want to underplay that by like, well, mine doesn't break, but yeah.
I had it on the base. When I upgraded to the OLED when the OLED came out, and I haven't had it on that. And it wasn't like unplayable. Like if I was playing a game just normally, then I wouldn't notice it. But if I was if you just left the controller alone, you would see your character kind of slowly veer off to the side. And in stuff like the Mario games, it was that like balance thing you've got to do in the it's not Sarasa Land, but it's basically Sarasa Land. You got like balance on the tightrope. That was really difficult with stick drift because I couldn't do what I could do, but it took a lot longer than it should have.
Well, let's get into it because I have a banger quiz today that I want to make sure we have time for. So, George, why don't you kick us off? What's your favorite Switch game?
Well, I think mine's really, really obvious. If you've talked to me for more than 5 minutes, if you remember my love of Multiversus, then you'll probably be able to guess that my favorite game on Switch is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh
because I'm
you're
basic.
Gonna say it was Multiverse.
No, that's not on Switch.
It's not on anything.
No, okay, well, it will
Go on,
officially
let's
be
go on with
dead.
Smash. That's a good pick. Smash is a great pick. Go on.
Smash.
Yeah, I adore Smash. I adore platform fighters in general. I think, especially for the Wii U, this was absolutely the case. The Wii Smash on Wii U is the reason I bought a Wii U.
Yeah,
Smash Bros. Ultimate, that came out a bit after, and
there was a lot of good stuff.
There was a lot of good stuff
yeah.
instead, so I can't say it's the reason I bought a Switch, but it's certainly the game I've played most on Switch. The excitement around new character reveals,
yeah, that was really unmatched in gaming. I think the hype around
still
the
is,
Fighters
yeah.
The Everyone's Here reveal trailer is like the most exciting
Legendary,
trailer
yeah.
moment of all time. Yeah.
Until they announced Sora, and I sobbed like
the
a
little
baby.
keyblades.
Yeah, I have to say it's not just because Sora's in it. Like that could be the reason why it's my number one. But just the roster, I've got a bunch of notes down for Smash Ultimate because I knew it'd be my pick, and I was like, there is so much to say about it. It's tough to know where to begin. But I think it's just the blueprint, right? There are so many games trying to be like a Nick Brawl, Multiversus.
Yeah, it's its own genre.
It's its own thing, but it's also just people talk about Smash killers. It's impossible. There is nothing as good as Smash in
Only
that genre.
Smash can kill itself.
Yeah,
only Smash,
which it
agreed.
does every generation.
The only thing I've ever wanted is a Smash game with like good internet connection that would keep me coming back.
Yeah,
that's literally the only flaw I have noted.
Unfortunately, it was on the Switch.
Exactly. That's my.
You just want a battle pass.
No, God no. But I definitely, looking forward to the Switch 2 if they ever do another Smash. Like the capabilities of the Switch 2 is better connection. Hopefully, like that makes me truly excited. But Ultimate is just. What else is there to say? It's just the.
What do you think Smash? I wouldn't say Smash 2. That's not. I mean, what do you think the next Smash looks like? Because I think there was a bit of a sense that on the Switch there was a lot of games had their version of Ultimate, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had everything, had every possible track, every possible character. There was a sense that the next one they'll kind of go back to the drawing board, they'll go back to basics, they'll rebalance and do something different, and they haven't. Mario Kart World has come out and have gone, we're even bigger. It's now an open world game. You can play as the cow. They've just gone huge with it. It's so much bigger than 8. Is there a way, do you think, that Smash Ultimate 2 or Super Ultimate or whatever they end up calling it, does that get even bigger than what they have now, or do they go, here is a new era of Smash, go back to kind of a roster of core characters?
We've talked about this, Stace, and I hope you remember that conversation. That's a layup for me sounding smart and having a good point. Probably not, but here we go. So I think, yes, on the one hand, you could do Smash Bros. Ultimate, and you could just keep adding. Like, I'd love that. Smash Bros. Ultimate Deluxe, like with better connection, like a few more characters, better story mode, like that sort of thing. That'd be cool. I'd buy that day one. Probably everyone in the world would, but I think the idea would be you've peaked with Smash Ultimate, right?
Yes.
You've perfected it. Yeah, you've plateaued. You've done gold. Where do you go from there? I think a reinvention, almost like a spin-off, would be like a Power Stone style Smash game. That would be cool, right?
There's a lot of...
Yeah. I hadn't remember you mentioned comparing it to Power Stone. The first instance, that's like the Capcom arcade fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
people might hate that, but
the problem is it's currently, with it being a platform fighter, I think there's always this debate of, is it actually a fighting game? I think if it moves away from its roots anymore, it loses that stature, loses the
then it is just full
that belonging to the community
and the approachability of it too.
Yeah. Go on, Eric.
I think there's still a lot to do with Smash, right? I mean, if you wanted to reinvent Smash, you could make it a tag fighter.
Yeah, that came to mind for me as well. Like,
get multiple characters, but also like there's destructible maps. That's not something they've really gotten into, right? There's character customization. Like you've got the Mii fighters, but what if everyone you could tweak a little bit of their stats or choose different moves?
Well,
like
you had that in the Wii U one, but it was really crap. If you remember, you had
no one played that version.
I did. I remember it had each character had, I don't know if you could change all 4 of their moves, but they had like variations. So like Mario's like up special have like a shorter distance, but it will knock someone out really fast.
Yeah,
so like they fiddled
I
with
do
the
remember
idea.
that. Yeah,
But like, I would love to see even just not the moves themselves, but like character customization for skins, just little doodads and stuff to put on.
That's
Like,
a big part of Cart. The skins.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they made
yeah.
that a big part of Cart's
Yeah.
gameplay, marketing, world building, whatever.
I
Yeah.
would to think smartly about it. I think I would prefer them just keep doing what they're doing. You know, as boring as that is, just add more characters, keep everyone who's in it, adjust some moves. You know, finally make Ganondorf good, have his own movesets, not just Captain Falcon. Like, that's my wish list. But if we're talking about, like you've said, Stace, where can they go next?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think it would need to be a not reboot, because people get scared by that, like a spin-offy, the core of Smash, but in a different gameplay style, where they can go back down to like 20 characters and not have everyone freak the hell out. That would be cool too.
Yeah, I don't know if they can lose characters.
That's the fear, isn't it?
That's it, isn't it? Yeah.
You'd have to cut 70 characters to make that okay. Like, you couldn't cut 10 or 15. That would be a disaster.
Yeah.
You could probably get away with not having the fighters pass people. I think that would be it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I know you'd be losing big. I mean, I'm not making this game. I ultimately don't care. I'm just kind of making conversation with the podcast.
I think you're right that I would be hurt to see any of them go.
It's all right.
Yeah,
all right.
Well, okay, yeah.
I don't want to cut you short, but I know we're going to talk about Smash some more later.
Go on.
So
go on.
we'll circle back to Smash, if that's okay, and we'll move on to Stacy's game.
Go on, Stacy.
Stacy, what's your favorite Switch game?
My favorite Switch game is Animal Crossing: New Horizons.
Yes.
Really, I think the most Switch game. I think it's a game that a lot of people consider to be the game that defines the Switch. Not necessarily the best. Obviously, there's the both Zelda games on there, Mario Odyssey being a huge one. But I think the family-friendly, cozy, play it all the time, pick it up whenever you feel like it, one in every household, 2 cars in every garage and 3 eyes in every fish. I think that's what Animal Crossing really is to the Switch. It's so indelibly linked to its identity. I mentioned, obviously, the handheldness of it. I, like everyone else in the world, played Animal Crossing during the pandemic. That was when it came out. I didn't work at the game at that time. I was just kind of freelancing, and obviously that was pretty hard during the pandemic, so I wasn't really working that much. I was working in fits and starts, as one does in freelance journalism. So it kind of just became, this is very, very cliche, but it just, became kind of part of my routine. I would lie in bed, I would do this, I would, go around and dig up all the holes and pick the fruits and speak to the villagers and get an ugly villager and hit them with a net until they left the island. All that kind of stuff. And I put about, I think it was 200 or so hours into it without really thinking about it. And some of that time it was just kind of on and I was running around. But I made things that I never really bother with in games. I'm a very kind of story end game type. That's why I don't vibe necessarily with online games very much. But I was just doing random things. I made a little podium where it was a cinema room, and I was buying that would go really well. They've got a projector, I need that. Even though it didn't actually play anything, it didn't actually function. You just go to the store and you'd be like, a pinball machine, that'll go really well in my cinema gallery. And then, a popcorn machine, I'm going to extend it so I can sell popcorn. I made sports. It was sports field. I made a little restaurant off to the side. And then when you got spare fossils, you'd build them next to the restaurant. So it had it was a T-Rex cafe. I had I did some freelance work for a music magazine, and I did a Coachella on my beach. And I built the Coachella stands.
That is cool.
Because there was the Ferris wheel and there was this tilt-a-whirl, is that what it's called? But the fairground rides. So you could put that in. Yeah. And obviously you could have a stage and you could create your own clothes and dress your villagers up and stuff. So that I just remember I've never really got The Sims or the new Enzo. I've never really been gripped by them enough to play longer than okay, I understand it now. It's kind of up to me to make things, and I don't want to make things. I feel like I do a lot of creative stuff outside of gaming. That when I'm playing gaming, I actually want you to do the work. I want you to tell me a story. I want you to have written something that I can be emotionally invested in. I want to make my own fun. Thank you very much. Probably why I didn't like
For
Zelda.
200 hours,
Go
you
anyway.
did.
Go wherever you want. No. Tell me where to go. Tell me where to go next for a story beat. Animal Crossing broke that cycle for me. I really enjoyed it. And I think the nature of the Switch being handheld but being switched. Not sure if you know that's why it's called that, but you could switch to a docked mode. Yeah, that's why they called it that.
I didn't realize that.
Being able to play it in the two different formats, I think, really helped with that, because there was times when you were just like, well, nothing is happening in my life because there is a disease that is swarming the streets, so I'm going to put it on the big TV. And other times you'd just be like, well, nothing is happening in my life because there's disease swarming the streets. I'm not going to leave my bed for 16 hours. And you would just go through your island.
I think Animal Crossing completely slipped my mind when we started. It's only when you mentioned it today, but like perfect example of the swapping, the switching between. I hadn't even considered that, but yeah, that game is very like you say, lying here, so I'll just play it sideways, or I'll just play outside, because it just doesn't really have like a. I don't know. In other games, I feel like I need to pay attention, but Animal Crossing doesn't really matter that much. So I did switch a lot for that. Surprises me that you liked it so much, though. I would never
it's not necessarily my type of game. I've played the other ones. It wasn't like a complete surprise, but it's not one that I would use think a lot of hours in doing. Actually, what I didn't say as well. Obviously, they brought the Happy Home update where you could go to different. I don't know if you played that one. You could go to different islands and make them up for other people. And that was something, again, that you didn't really have much objectives. They just say, I want this specific item, and you could really phone that in. And I never did. I really loved going to the different places and seeing, oh, you're a villager I didn't get, and I really wanted you, because obviously everyone was sharing them online. I was like, yeah, you're like the pink octopus. I really, really wanted you on my island. I'm gonna go and build you a house. And that was just, I think, a really neat way to tie together this idea of it. You make your own fun with it, and I struggle with games like that a lot. So it's a game that broke that barrier for me, which I think the Switch did for a lot of people. It got people playing games in different ways, playing different sorts of games, which is why I think it's emblematic of what the Switch represents.
Very good pick.
This Animal Crossing also, we know the circumstances had a lot to do with its success, right?
Yes.
But it was outrageously more successful than every other Animal Crossing. It brought it into top tier Nintendo or Mario level Nintendo game.
Yeah.
When before it sold a couple million if they were lucky.
100%. I think that Nintendo's big three, despite Pokemon missing a lot in this generation, just because of its stature, it's still Mario, Zelda, Pokemon. I think Donkey Kong's probably going to reclaim that spot, given we've got Bonanza coming up. I think you could make a serious claim that Animal Crossing is moved ahead of Kirby, and obviously well ahead of Star Fox and those kind of stuff. I think Animal Crossing is probably fourth on the list of. If you don't go, oh, what about Mario Kart? What about Luigi's Mansion? They're all Mario things. Do not do this. They're all Mario. I think Animal Crossing would be fourth.
Yes,
but that top three is tough.
Yeah.
But Yoshi is its own thing. We can agree.
I would say it is its own thing in terms of those sorts of franchises, but I don't think it's as big as Animal Crossing if you remove it from the world of Mario.
No, it's not. Great pick. You both were so confident. You were just like, this is my game, and I was not there with this. Somebody asked me.
Yes, what is your favorite Switch game, Eric?
Really hard one for me. Stacey, you mentioned that Animal Crossing represented the Switch to you, and I tried to pick the same game, and even then I struggled. I think Breath of the Wild was an option. I think for a lot of people that probably does represent the Switch.
I think so.
That would have been a boring choice, but could have picked that. If I was going to pick the game I played the most on the Switch, it would have to be Pokemon Unite.
Yeah, oh my god, you loved Pokemon. You were really into that. You were very good at it.
Yeah, I still play. I got Master this season. But that's not a very good game.
You sound like me.
Yeah, that's a bad game that I play all the time. I could have picked new Pokemon Snap. I've talked about that
Yeah.
before in another episode. I love that game very deeply. I could have picked Metroid Prime Remastered, which I've also talked about
I thought you were going to do that. Yeah.
in another episode, so I didn't want to pick that again. All of those games could have been my choice. My choice might actually surprise you. My favorite Nintendo Switch game is Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Oh, that's a
Ooh.
real left field pick. I am a fan though.
Yes.
I really liked it.
Yes. This was a launch window game
Yeah.
that I still love deeply. The sequel, not quite as
I would agree.
much.
I know it's got Rayman in, so George is going to be like, no,
Yeah.
it's definitely better. But
No,
the
I
base
prefer
game
Kingdom
is
Battle as well.
Yeah.
I like some of the things Sparks Hope did, but yeah, first one.
I'm a big tactics player. I like tactics strategy games, and this is an exceptional one. It is focused more on positioning and movement than a lot of tactics games, which I really like, and character. You only have, I think, like 6, and the way that their progression, their play style, their individuality is like one of the coolest things about this game. It feels, I don't know if this is a stretch, but the sort of hybrid of the Switch and the hybrid of Mario and the tactics genre, it feels like there's something to be said about that. That's sort of why it represents the Switch to me.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
think
a
so.
very, very good game.
Yeah.
It's nice to see them use Mario a little bit. Obviously, he's still being used as a mascot. They're still using Mario in the same way he's used in every game that's not a Mario game. As the kind of people recognize this guy, let's put him in a game. But obviously, taking place with a little bit more personality. We have all the different Mario characters in there. A little bit more experimentation than just let's do a sports game and we'll call it Mario and then the sport.
Yeah.
I think Mario has always kind of been the big Nintendo mascot, and it's very cool to see them continue to find new ways in which to explore that instead of just phoning it in. And I think the two base Mario games, obviously the Wonder and Odyssey, the 2D and 3D one, also explore that quite well. I think they've used Mario really, really well.
Yeah.
In this generation, probably underrated just
And
because
Bowser's Fury.
But yeah, and I mean, Mario Kart, the 2 sports games I didn't think were great. Actually, tennis was okay, but Battle League, Strikers, Battle League, and golf weren't super. But you look at, we've mentioned it, you look at how really quite poor Pokemon has done, aside from Snap and maybe Pokken. I don't think Pokemon has really delivered this generation. So
I agree.
The fact that Mario's been so consistent, it's not free just because it's Mario. Do you know what I mean? Like these big Nintendo franchises, they can fail, or they can, even if they don't fail, they can still be bad, even if they manage to sell. And Mario has been consistently really, really strong. And I think the crossover with the Rabbids, of all things, and a tactics game, and deliver, I think, one of the most underrated titles on the Switch.
And what
is an achievement.
What other Mario game was not made by Nintendo?
Oof.
Like, I can't think of anything. Maybe
this is what I was just going to say, that I think Kingdom Battle represents Nintendo. It was the first time I felt like I looked at Mario as a character. I was like, oh, they're actually like, they're letting him off the leash a bit. Like, they're actually having some fun with what Mario could be. Like, the Phantom boss battle, for instance, is literally just like 5 minutes of uninterrupted, like, bashing against Mario and making fun of all his cliches. And a few years ago, Nintendo would never have allowed that. They're like, no, Mario is this character, he's perfect, no one make fun of him, be nice to him. But then Kingdom Battle just messes with that quite a lot. I thought that was really fun.
Yeah. I can't remember if we did this on a show or not, but Stacy thinks Mario's a bad character. I think
Mario's a flat character. Yeah, within the Mario world, I just think Mario is terrible. Like he's so boringly dull. Like I don't think the characterization of the Mario world is bad. I think Mario is bad.
But don't you think licensing him out to another studio and seeing how creative they can be with him shows that like there is some juice here?
I think even the movie did it quite well. I hate to say it, but I thought
I
quite liked him in the movie.
said when I did our review for it, I really like Chris Pratt's version, which I know you're not
Yeah,
supposed to.
I quite do.
I just looked it up by the way. The RPG series also not Nintendo because
Oh, right,
Square Enix. So
yeah.
that's another one where one of the few games where Mario's done quite well.
Personality.
So it is Nintendo movies being a little bit too fluffy with him because like Luigi has a very very distinct personality. You know, he's cowardly but he's brave. He's kind of clumsy but means well. He's very nervous around people, especially around women.
His
like
anxiety.
they have a really nailed like trope of who Luigi is. Daisy and Peach and Rosalina all have that as well. It's just Mario's just a little bit limp. And I think he's overshadowed by the Rabbids in Kingdom Battle.
So it was worse. It was worse when they made them talk in Sparks of Hope. That's just a level too far. I can deal with the blah, but yeah. Ugh. Quick shout out to Rayman in Sparks of Hope. I hope you come back, babe. I miss you.
Mario Rabbid is probably a better character than Mario.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, underrated for sure. Underrated.
Great choice as well. Look at us firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Ayo. All right, you want to do a little quizzy poo?
Yes.
Yeah.
A quiz time.
Since you said that.
We're gonna do some categories today, and I kind of wanted to cover like Switch history, like kind of all the different important things about the Switch. So let's see how good of a job I did. We have seven questions, and what we're gonna do is I tell you the category, and then you take turns telling me the games in it, and you get a point for each one.
Okay, yeah, sure.
All right. So we're going to start with the best-selling, the highest-grossing Switch games, but I don't want 1 through 5. I want 6 through 10.
Oh, I like these ones. Okay.
And we'll start with George. Why not?
Oof.
The danger zone, the top 5 being blocked out. I enjoy this.
I'm trying to go through in my head.
There you go. That's fine. I think I've got one.
I'll tell you what number it is if you give me one of the 1 through 5s.
This is tough. Is Odyssey? I'm gonna say Odyssey. See how that lands.
Yep, Odyssey is number 5, so no point there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You want 6 to 10.
I want 6 through 10.
So there's 4 that have sold better than Odyssey. Will it be 1? Will it be both? I'm not going to risk either. And I'm going to say a game that I think is probably just looking to get into 10. Might be a bit too low. Luigi's Mansion 3.
Very low.
Oh.
That's 17th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think you're on the right track.
I am going to guess. I'm going to make a fool of myself here, but I figure if we just say one of them now, I can see where it places.
We'll get them out of the way, yeah.
Sword and Shield Pokemon.
Oh, I nearly went for that. I think that would be
Sword
good.
and Shield is number 7. That's 1 point for George.
Yeah.
That's a 3 point for you next now, Stace, because you can just say another.
Yeah, I was between which one would have been. I ended up going for neither. That being 7, I'll just go for Scarlet and Violet.
Scarlet and Violet, number 6.
You cheat.
Very good.
As if I don't know what the Pokemon games are called.
1 to 1. So we got 6 and 7. We're looking for 8, 9, and 10.
Okay, I'm gonna logic it a bit here.
Yep.
Breath of the Wild has been out much longer on Switch and Wii U. I think that would be quite high. I don't think it's like top seller, but I think that's gonna be high. But Tears of the Kingdom hasn't been out that long, so I'm gonna say that's somewhere in the top 10. Tears of the Kingdom.
You're right. Tears of the Kingdom is number 8.
I'd written off both Zeldas, but I thought they'd be in the top. I'm not gonna logic it. I'm just gonna go with my gut and say Smash.
Smash is number 3.
Oh, more than Tears of the Kingdom?
Yeah.
Ooh. Wow.
I guess it's been out longer though, hasn't it?
Wow.
Tears of the Kingdom feels like ages ago, but really it's not that long.
Tears of the Kingdom did 21 million. It did great, but the Switch is just
8,
unbelievable. That was 8, yeah. The Switch sales are just
pretty sure I know what number 1 is.
Yeah.
Yes, I think we all do. But now we're looking for 9 and 10, George. You have a guess?
I'm gonna have some fun. Ring Fit Adventure is that anywhere?
Oh, that's 13.
Ooh.
Pretty close.
Okay.
Okay.
Close.
More than Ring Fit Adventure, but less than
15 million for Ring.
Tears of the Kingdom. What else was it that was really big? It did really well. Will it be in the top 5? I'm gonna go for it anyway because I don't want to bump for time. Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Animal Crossing New Horizon, 47 million copies. That's number 2.
I thought you were going to say 47. I was going to say there's no that
Yeah,
list
there's
is
no way.
wrong. There is no way that is true.
Back
Okay.
to you, George.
I'm going to say a Stace's favorite, Nintendo Switch Sports.
I don't think that'll be that high. It'll be lower than Ring Fit, I think.
Switch Sports is 11.
Oh, it's
Really?
11.
Just
Wow.
outside.
I
Just
do-
outside.
Do love
Jeez.
yourself a little bit of Switch
I think we're
Sports.
narrowing down here.
Yeah. What can you tell us what we've said so far?
Yeah,
in what
yeah.
slots?
So you said New Horizons, which is number 2. You said Smash Ultimate, which is number 3. George said Breath of the Wild, but I don't think anybody guessed Breath of the Wild.
No,
And
yeah.
then we have Scarlet and Violet. We have Sword and Shield. We have Tears of the Kingdom. Those are 6, 7, and 8. And then after that,
There's a bunch that week. Guessed,
lower ones. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be higher than Luigi Mansion. Luigi Mansion being 17 is really throwing me off because there's a couple that I would have guessed that I wouldn't say would be that high. But I need to guess.
These aren't tricks. These.
No, I know. I'm thinking of like big franchise and thinking, did they sell as much as
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion? I wouldn't have thought so. But I'm going to
It's
say it
thrown me
anyway.
off.
Let's do Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
No.
Yeah,
No.
that'd
Much, much lower. In fact, I didn't even.
Didn't bother writing it down.
Yeah.
And wrote down the top 65 and it wasn't there.
Kirby is number 26 with 7.5
Oh, that's
million.
yeah,
I
respectable. I wish he did better.
What else?
Yeah,
is there?
another guess, George.
I'm trying to remember if I know there's been a Mario Party on the Switch, but with the Switch 2 one, it's really confused me. There's Superstars. Is Superstars the most recent one?
The most recent is what you said, Mario Party?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamboree is the most recent.
Is the
So-
most recent.
What was the one before that? Is that just Super Mario Party?
This is a quiz. It's not like.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Super
gonna
Mario
pick off
Party
the
then.
list.
I'm pretty sure it is Super Mario Party.
Super Mario Party. That's your guess?
Yeah, why
That's number 9.
Oh,
not a
Good
quiz.
job.
Not a quiz.
God damn it.
That's 3 points for George.
so there's basically
We're just
two.
looking for number 10. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I think Breath of the Wild will be top 5. I'm just discounting Mario Kart, which I think will be number 1. So now I'm looking at what is the other game. Is it going to be something stupid like Switch Sports? Is it going to be something in that mix, or is it going to be like a spin-off? Let's see which one sold best. Probably tennis. Let's do Mario Tennis Aces.
Tennis Aces is 33.
Ooh.
I guess they're getting worse.
Splatoon. 2?
Oh, yeah, that'll be there. God.
Splatoon 2, not 3.
I'm gonna guess 2 because it was launched. so there's more
Splatoon 2
time.
is 19.
Splatoon 3.
Oh.
Splatoon 3 is 21st.
Ah.
This is a good quiz, but
Yeah,
there's
I
so
like
many
this.
great games. So many great
I
games.
know. That's kind of what we're
Oh, Mario Wonder.
reviewing here.
That sold well, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mario Wonder is 12.
We guessed Odyssey, right? Odyssey was 5th.
Yeah.
We
Odyssey
got
was fun.
Odyssey.
We guessed Odyssey
got
first. yeah.
Odyssey. We got Wonder.
Oh, so it's a Mario game. Okay.
The Super Bros Deluxe U.
That's the one.
There
You
we
got
go.
it, Stace.
Really?
New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe
U Deluxe, not
with
Deluxe U.
18
Jeez.
million.
They relaunched
Okay.
it with Bowser's Fury, which will be
Yes.
responsible for that.
Yeah.
What a-
All right. 3-2 for the first round.
Not bad.
Now we're going to move on to highest rated. This is based on Metacritic. We're going to do top 10, but you only have to get 5 of them because these are actually some weird ones.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
I'll say this. Most of them are exclusives. 2 of them are exclusive versions.
Right.
of multi-platform games, and 3 of them are multi-platform games. So if we're just gonna do 5, and then I'll tell you the other 5 because they're a little
Okay.
tricky. So yeah, the 10 highest rated Switch games.
Starting with
Starting with Stacy, you started last time.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom is number 4.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild's number 1.
Odyssey.
Odyssey is number 2.
Hades.
Hades is number 9.
Well done.
Yep.
Prime.
Prime is Did we just bang them all out? Yeah, Prime is number 7.
Virtual high five. Well done.
Thanks. Boom. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Do you want to keep going? That was easier than I expected.
Are the rest of them gettable, or do we get into now like? I have a guess at a really good one that I think might be there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I remember this being really high rated. I think it's on the Switch. Is the House of Fata Morgana there?
Yeah, it's number 3. Yeah.
I would never guess that.
I remember that it was the highest rated for a little while, and I never actually played it.
Dreams of the Revenant. That's what the Switch version's called.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't think anybody was gonna get that.
Well, what were the rest? I want to see the rest.
Yeah, so number 5 is Portal Companion Collection.
Not
It's
a
like
million
both
years.
portals. And then Tetris Effect Connected was number 6. I mean, this wasn't a Nintendo game, but Tetris is a very Nintendo game. Very
yes,
important.
I think
Nintendo.
so.
And then Persona
Game
5
Boy.
Royal
I would never have
I
guessed that.
forgot that was even on Switch.
number 8, and then number 10 is Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition.
Also would never have guessed that.
Yeah.
I think we're lucky
no.
there, Stace.
Did a lot better at that than we did at the sale. Well, you did well at the sales, I didn't.
Guesswork.
Yeah, Stacy tied it up there. Okay. The Switch had some pretty notable delays, but not that many. I have 6 Switch games that were delayed.
Okay.
George, you can go first.
Does Breath of the Wild count? Because it was delayed to become Switch and Wii U. I think that counts.
I don't think that counts.
Well,
because the Switch release was not delayed.
yeah, true.
Oh, I'm struggling to remember a lot of these. I am just going to guess at a game that should have been delayed, and I hope it was bounced back at least once. Was Scarlet and Violet ever delayed?
No.
It should have been.
Should have been. No, Pokemon games can't get delayed.
I know they very, very, very rarely do.
They can't. There's too much tied to them.
Too much merch and the anime and
TV show. Yeah, everything. Yeah. What do you got, George?
Metroid Prime 4. Surely
Yep.
that counts. Okay.
Oh my god! Obviously the big one.
That is the big one.
Because that never got a date. I think it still doesn't have a date. I know it's this year, but I didn't know if that would count. But huzzah!
When you have to restart a game, it got delayed.
Yeah. Okay.
I am gonna. George will know better than me at this because he does news and tends to have a much better memory for games than I do.
I'm struggling.
All but one of these is published by Nintendo.
All but one.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of flying through now and thinking what could have been. Was Fire Emblem delayed?
No.
George?
Tears of the Kingdom surely was.
Tears of the Kingdom was delayed, yeah.
Oh god, I nearly said that as well.
It was indeed.
I hate when people do that in quiz. I hate when people say, I nearly said that, why didn't you? Was Dread delayed because it was a pandemic-y game?
No.
Oh, I would have. I would bet Dread being delayed.
What do you got?
I'm not sure on this, but I'm going to say Odyssey.
Nope.
It was a launch title, wasn't it? Odyssey? Or launch window?
Yeah,
Launch
they teased it as
window.
launch window.
Yeah.
I just know if it'd been 1 month delay. Wow.
I'm trying to think of what would have been like an enforced delayed by the pandemic. So what would have come out in like 2021, 2022? Big games in that year in that kind of bracket.
Oh my god.
Do you have one from that? Has that given you one?
Just think about it. Just think about it.
What
What did you pick as your game? What was emblematic of the Switch for you?
I'm going to guess it because you forced me into it, and I trust your knowledge. But it was Animal Crossing delayed.
Animal Crossing was delayed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure on that. For the record, it's
George
came
gave
to
it
my head.
away. All right, George, you got one?
Massively give it away.
Was Splatoon 3 delayed at all?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm sticking with my original plan of something that came out just after the pandemic in that window. New Pokemon Snap.
No. We got 3 more. I'm gonna throw some clues out because we're spinning our wheels here. There's a game that was delayed because of a war.
Oh, yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, I do as well.
Well, you're
Is
next,
it- is it my
you
guess?
can have that one.
It's
Yeah,
George.
it is.
Yeah.
Advance Wars, something.
1+2.
Yes.
Advance Wars 1+2. And then there was a game delayed that came out this week.
This week is in the week that this goes live in the future,
Oh.
or is in this actual week.
If you're
we're
listening,
currently living
it
in.
came out last week.
Oh god, what game
What
is
the hell has just come out? I mean, I can think of a game that's come out, but it's not on the Switch, so it won't be that.
There's this Switch game that came out this week that everyone's talking about. People that work at a video game website.
I've got one game in my head and it's not on the Switch, and it's irritating me. Fantasy Life.
Fantasy Life, the girl who steals time.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, I don't
was
care about
delayed
that.
about a year.
Not my business.
Last one was one that was on the top of George's most anticipated list the year before it came out. Well, 2 years before it came out because it was delayed.
God.
Ooh, do you remember that?
No. I like a lot of things and I look forward to a lot of things.
That's true.
This will be the Nintendo one because Fantasy Life is cross-platform, so this will be
Oh.
the Nintendo one, right?
Fantasy
right?
Life is published by Nintendo.
Oh, it is. Oh, is it? Oh, you know your business.
In the US or in international markets, it's published by Nintendo.
Pepper Grinder? I was looking forward to that.
No. So this one's not published by Nintendo, but it is definitely considered a Switch game.
And I was looking forward to it?
Yeah.
God. Looks at shelf for clues.
Let's see. You like so much. That doesn't help me. You like so much stuff. Is it my
Yeah,
guess?
it doesn't help me.
Yep, it's your guess.
Bayonetta 3.
No. That's
I'm
only
passing.
on Switch, isn't
Yeah,
it?
It is actually, yeah.
You're gonna have to tell me, Eric. I'm afraid. Unless
Bomber
you have more
Cyberpunk.
guesses.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. I did really like that as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good
Nope.
as I hoped, but I did like it.
Yeah, I would
Okay. Moving on. George is ahead by 1 right now. The next one is now. Before I say this, nobody get at me. Okay, I have a source, and if it's wrong, I'm talking to the audience. If my source is wrong, get over it. I had to. Somebody had to give me this data. Okay, this is the 5 most popular Smash characters among the top 100 ranked players.
Okay, baby.
Looking for 5. George is going first here.
Number 1 is Steve.
Steve is correct.
Oh, you know these answers. This is not.
I
fair.
only know- I only
I've got
certainly
a
know
1
that
in
one.
78 chance of guessing these characters, and you know them. Who do people play as a lot? I have no idea. I'm just going to go with people that I like playing as because I think I have the skills to be a top 100 player in the world. Princess Daisy.
Nope.
George.
Was Sephiroth?
Nope.
Damn.
Cloud.
Nope.
Oh, Cloud's my main. Joker.
No, I feel like we're just gonna name every Smash character. This might have been a bad one.
We'll
Say
speed
Z.
it. We'll speed it. You're upstairs.
Byleth.
No.
Mario.
No.
Is
Competitive characters.
Let's get some guesses off the board. I'm going to
Yeah.
use this strategically and say this counts for a lot of characters. Are
Sure.
any of them links?
No.
No.
Okay, there's all of my guesses.
Okay.
Because it's usually the ones they've released, like Hero, Dragon Quest.
No.
What do you mean it's usually? Are the ones from Fighters Pass?
Yeah, they're usually busted because they come out after. Is what my
Is
brain
that true, Eric? Let's give us some clues. Get some clues
Yeah,
on the board.
that might be a good clue.
I know Banjo-Kazooie is definitely not one.
Sora.
No.
Oh, God, who else? Who else?
Yeah.
Not Min Min from Arms, right?
No.
Uh,
Are any of the me's on there?
No. Okay, so we have 4 more. One of them is an original Smash character. One of them is a
What do you mean they're original Smash
like
character?
the first Smash?
like they were in
Oh,
Smash
right, they were in the right. I thought you
64.
meant they were original to Smash. I was like, that's not, really, that's not how
Yeah.
the game
One
works.
of them has been in every Smash.
Okay, yeah.
Ness.
Nope. And then we have a DLC character, we have a Fire Emblem character, and we have a meme character.
Current.
Those are the no.
Byleth. No, did you say Byleth?
I
Steve?
guessed
We
Byleth.
already
Yeah.
said that.
Roy.
Roy is it? Yeah.
Roy, he's our boy.
So yeah, so we have a character who's been in all of them. We have a meme character, and we have a DLC character.
Character who has been in all of them. Pikachu.
Nope.
Captain Falcon?
Captain Falcon. Yeah.
Oh,
Really? Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Falcon
I like
Punch,
him, but he's
baby.
not that good.
All right.
Meme character now.
A meme. Yeah, a meme character and a DLC character.
A meme character has really thrown me off. What's a meme? Like, who could that be? The Ice Climbers?
No, but yes, the Ice Climbers are a meme character. But no, it's not that one.
Duck Hunt Dog?
No, also a meme character, but no, it's not Duck Hunt Dog.
Mr. Game and Watch.
No,
That's
but
But
that's
also-
the closest guess. That's
Okay.
the closest guess.
Rob.
It is Rob. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
George is gonna sweep. All right, and then a DLC character.
Okay, let me think.
Who? We've just said how exciting they were all. I think that I'm now struggling to remember who they all were.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the Piranha Plant. Oh, Tekken. Kazuma.
Nope.
I'm gonna say Banjo-Kazooie. I know it's not them.
No, it's like
They're
the
bad.
worst.
Yeah.
This is from a JRPG.
Christ. Oh,
It's not Hero.
Not
I
here.
know.
Yeah,
You can have a judge if you know it.
Pyra, Mithra,
it's Pyramithra. Yeah.
fucking Xenoblade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Xenoblade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
that one was
Rex.
rough. This one won't be as rough. Here we go. Part of the Switch 2's success is that it is also the Wii U 2, right?
Wii
Yes.
U?
It rescued all of the games, all the great games on the Wii U that nobody got a chance to play. There are 11 Wii U ports on the Switch. Let's start
Wii U
with
boy
Stacy.
coming in clutch.
Let's start with Stacy.
Well, are we counting Super Mario U Deluxe? Are we counting that as a port, or is that a remake?
We're counting that, yeah.
Then that's my guess.
Remakes also count.
Yeah, sure.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
That's correct.
Are we counting Breath of the Wild?
No, that was they
That's-
released the same day.
That's
That is
cross-gen.
fair enough. That's my guess, though. So
Oh god, I've just drawn a complete. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
Tropical Freeze.
Treasure Tracker was a Wii U game, right?
Captain
Toad
Toad
Tracker?
Treasure Tracker. Yep, you got that.
And Super Mario 3D World as well.
And 3D World as well. Yep.
Run out of games I bought on the Wii U.
Yeah,
Because Smash 4 isn't like obviously Ultimate's based on that, but it does so much different. I
No.
don't think I can-
I mentioned this before. I can't remember why it wouldn't have been top sellers, but I think Pokken was a Wii U game, right?
Yep. Pokken Tournament.
Oh,
the Switch one
yeah.
is Pokken Tournament DX.
Nice.
Got that? We're cruising.
Uh,
We're cruising through them.
no, I've drawn a blank. What else is there that was on the Wii U?
I've got one more, and I'll
Maybe
be
some
done.
games we've already mentioned.
No, I'm passing to Stace. Go on.
Xenoblade Chronicles.
Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh yeah.
Just
Ah.
came out pretty recently.
Yep.
Probably the most recent port, I would guess.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more.
5.
I might have one more. Actually, I know I said I had one more.
Go on, Stace. Go. I think the floor is yours.
I think they ported over Bayonetta, and Bayonetta 2, I think, was a Wii U game.
Bayonetta 2. Bayonetta 2 is correct. Yeah. One of these is a George game that was
Wonderful
incredibly
101.
disappointing. Yep. There we go.
it just popped in. I did not care for that at all, but no, it's my vibe, isn't it?
Yeah. And then what, we got 2 more? One of them is Miyamoto's favorite game,
Pikmin 3.
Pikmin 3,
Oh, yeah, of course.
and then a rhythm game.
A rhythm game.
Oh, there's 2 more.
Did they do a Rhythm Heaven for Wii U? Sorry, Stacey, it's your go.
No, it's fine. I can just guess at this point.
There's a rhythm game and there's a Zelda game.
There's a Zelda game.
Oh, I know what it is. Hyrule Warriors.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Rhythm game. I cannot.
This last one might
think
be.
of.
This last one might be hard. Yeah. I'll just tell you.
Yes,
Tokyo
go.
Mirage Session FE Encore.
Oh, I do remember that.
Based on Fire Emblem, right? Is that the same one?
It's the Vagina Bones game.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Good times.
Okay, next. Nintendo Switch Online in 2018 added the Classics library.
Oh god.
Starting with NES Classics, there were 10? Wait.
The NES Classics.
There's 18, and I'm looking for 10 of them.
Okay.
Who's going first?
George.
Super Mario Bros.
Yep.
There were a couple of sports. I think one was just called golf.
One is just called No.
I can see the cover of what you mean as well.
Yeah.
The Legend of
is that
Zelda 1, the first one.
Yep.
Kid Icarus? It
NES was not one of the launch titles.
Really?
Sorry.
Metroid.
No, not one of the launch titles.
Kirby. Oh, Kirby's Adventure.
Yeah.
No.
No! What?
No.
Blasphemy. I don't like that.
These launch titles are killing me.
Yeah.
What's the one with the
You were on the right
balloon?
track with sports, though. Just not golf.
Yeah, I think I know 2 of those.
What's the bloody one with the balloons? Where you...
Yep. What is
What is
the
it
bloody
called?
one?
Is it just called balloons?
Not just called balloons, no.
I can literally hear it and picture it now, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called. I'll table it.
All right.
Space, you'll go.
One of the sports games was called baseball.
Yes.
And there's a space, I think, between base and ball, which irritates me.
Yes. Correct.
Woof. Super Mario Bros. 2? Would they have stretched that far?
Oh, nope.
Was the other sports game hockey?
Nope.
Super Mario Bros. 3? Because 2's always left out.
It is 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, God.
I figured they were going to be weird like that.
Yeah.
We said Super Mario Bros. Is Mario Bros. On there?
He said that. George
But there was Mario Bros. And then there was Super Mario Bros. Right?
Sorry. Yes, you're right. Mario Bros.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
correct.
Oh, then there's probably bloody Wrecking Crew as well, right?
Wrecking Crew, no.
Stupid balloon one. What is it? Not Joust.
They didn't just have Jumpman on there, did they?
Jumpman? Is that a game?
Donkey Kong?
Yeah, that's what the original Donkey Kong was.
Oh, Donkey Kong, yes.
Donkey Kong was one of them.
is on there, yeah.
Nice.
Please tell me what the balloon game is called.
It's Balloon Fight.
Ugh. That's dumb, and I hate it.
How many have we got? You said you wanted 10. Between we've got...
We have baseball, Donkey Kong, Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros 3, and Zelda. That's 6.
6. And let's say 7, because Balloon Fight, obviously, we've got.
Balloon.
There was no Kid Icarus. There was no Kirby. Going back that far, what would there be? Is there any... Is there another Zelda game? Is Zelda 2 on there? Because I think the second one was just called Zelda 2.
Is
more sports.
There's more sports.
There's more Smash Bros.
Okay. What else is?
Yeah, if you do sports, if you do sports and Smash Bros, we'll get the last 3.
Like the first Smash Bros character.
How much of a clue do I have to give you?
That, just tell me if it's which one.
Yeah, there's characters from the first Smash, the second Smash.
I've got a guess with that.
Go on, say.
F-Zero.
F-Zero, no.
Well, I have a sports guess as well.
Go on, say some.
Tennis.
Tennis, yes.
More sports, more Smash. This is Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario, yes.
Soccer.
Soccer, yes. Just had to go through all the sports. All right.
Mario.
We have one last category, and that is going to be Game Award winners.
Ooh.
This is any category, any Switch game.
They won any game award, not just Game of the Year.
Any game award.
Ooh.
There are 16, and these are all Switch exclusive games.
Oh, this is
okay.
That have won awards. Starting with George.
Let's say Super Mario Party for. I won't say this every time, but that's guaranteed to win family any year it's in, right?
Incorrect.
What?
What? That was a crazy guess. I'm going to go with Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. Yes.
Which obviously won a boatload.
I wanted to be less obvious. Tears of the Kingdom, then.
Tears of the Kingdom, yes.
It didn't win Game of the Year, but I think it'll win some stuff. I'll go for Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey.
Yes.
Smash Bros. Ultimate as well.
Smash Bros. Ultimate, yes.
Super Mario Wonder. Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder, yes.
Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Animal Crossing New Horizons, yes.
Yeah, of course.
Who said? Oh, never mind.
Dread, Metroid Dread.
Dread, yes.
Action game. Nintendo Switch Sports. That's a clear ringer.
No.
Don't think that did or anything. No.
Oh, okay.
What else? Luigi's Mansion 3.
Luigi's Mansion 3, yes. Family game.
Splatoon 3.
Splatoon 3, yes. Multiplayer game.
Splatoon 2.
It's not your guess, but no.
Sorry, I got excited about Splatoon.
I will go for. I don't think we've said this. Mario Kart.
No. No.
Really?
Who said Wonder?
Me.
Stacy. Okay.
I said both of the mainline Mario games and Kart, which was wrong.
What do you got, George?
I'm trying to think of other heavy hitters, but I am drawing a blank. Surely a Pokemon. I don't know, new Pokemon Snap?
Nope.
No, I think that one, I think. There's a strategy category, so I'm going to go with, since we've mentioned it, is Kingdom Battle on there.
Kingdom Battle, yep.
Nice.
For strategy.
Does Hades count as a Switch game? I think so.
They're all exclusives.
God,
They're all
damn
Switch
it.
exclusives.
These are all exclusive.
What were they thinking?
What's your guess, buddy?
It's your go, Stace.
Oh, it's my go. Then I'll double up on the strategy games and insist Box of Hope.
Also, strategy game. Yes.
Yeah.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good one. Good one. Ring Fit Adventure.
No.
Ooh, no, really? Wow.
I just kind of said it thinking I don't really know what category it fits in. It was just I feel like it
There's
was
only
interesting.
There's 16 total. There's only 4 left.
Yeah.
Sword and Shield, like family maybe.
Nope.
I don't think it would surprise me if any Pokemon ones have won this gen. I'm not saying they definitely haven't, but it would surprise me. Mario Tennis Aces.
Nope.
Getting tight now. Hyrule Warriors,
Nope.
Age of Calamity. I don't know.
Link's Adventure.
Link's Awakening?
Link's Awakening is what I meant. Yes.
No.
Dashed my hopes expertly.
How about a game from last year?
We watched the Game Awards together. 3 of us watched the Game Awards together
Yes.
last year, so we should know this.
Or another strategy game? 2 more strategy games.
Oh, Fire Emblem Three Houses for sure.
3 Houses. Yeah.
Oh, I'd forgotten that it won. I actually wasn't sure if it had won any of that. I think thinking about that's the only game that's the only category it was nominated for. That's like the big thing with that.
Did Engage get anything? Do you remember?
Not
Is that
your
what it's
guess.
called?
I would be surprised if it did, to the point where I'm not going to guess. I'm going to try and think about what won last year. What were some big Switch games that were last year that we all really liked?
There's 3 left, and if Stacey gets 2 of them, she wins.
Oh,
Lock-in mode.
it wasn't up for. Can't think of the Game of the Year ones last year. I don't think any of them were Switch. It was Metaphor. It's only like JRPG one that was there. God.
The hell came out last
Feeling
year?
the heat. I know you fall to pieces when you're up here, don't you? Because it was last year and because it might have snuck something, I'm going to go with Super Mario Party Jamboree.
No.
George, it is.
I can't
Well,
think
yeah,
of a single other thing. Another strategy game. What other strategy games have there been?
What other strategy?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Advance Wars would win anything, would it?
Nope.
Trying to think what would have won Family last year, because I think that's what would have won. I can't remember there being a big one. So Princess Peach Showtime.
No.
No time for Showtime.
No time.
I'm literally just thinking of like the inside of my carrying case full of Switch games now. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Did that get anything ever?
No, I have bamboozled you with one of these. I made a mistake because I thought Metaphor was a Switch game. My bad. There's 2 left.
There's 2 left. Then you get them both to win, right?
Yeah.
The floor
Feels
still
a little
stays
cheap.
Untapped.
So we're not looking at last year anymore, is that right?
Nope, not. Yeah, that was
Okay.
Metaphor. I don't know why I thought that was a Switch game.
It's got Switchy energy, I think, but
Yeah.
it's such a
Switchy
big. It does.
Yeah. Okay, we got 2 left. We got a strategy game and an action game.
Strategy and an action game. Well, we haven't guessed it. There's no point dancing around it. Let's guess Fire Emblem Engage.
No.
I didn't think
Bayonetta 3.
Oh, George.
Oh, did it really win
Nice.
action game?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry,
that was
Stace.
on my game of the year list as well. I don't know if it was on anyone else's. I really like that.
Well, you can tie.
I can tie if I get the strategy game that isn't Kingdom or any Fire Emblem game that I can think of, or Sparks of Hope. What other strategy games have Nintendo put out that's just been like their thing? Do you know, George?
No, I haven't a clue.
I think you probably aren't thinking of this as a strategy.
That
That
okay.
is what it won for.
Then I will say Fire Emblem Warriors.
No.
depends how cheeky they want to be with strategy, though. Because
Well, we know the nomination process. Like, you nominate whatever you want.
You could call Pikmin strategy, but I wouldn't count it as that. But
Pikmin
3?
4.
Pikmin 4.
4, yeah. Well done, George.
Well done.
Again.
Well
I don't know. I don't feel good about that. I wouldn't count that. I reject my win.
You're taking the tie?
Yes, I'll take the tie.
Congratulations.
Really, I should have got bonus points for the House of Fate Morgana, I think. So
I think that should have been worth a few points. If you had said the exact title, I think
that's true. I've instantly forgotten.
Okay. We've gone a little over. Any last words for the Switch now that it's dead and no one will ever play a Switch ever again?
Here's to the Switch 2.
I've become weirdly nostalgic talking about Switch now. I think
so many dang
it's
good
so
games.
easy to go in and think about the console itself and kind of be like, oh, it's not super strong. I think the point of the Switch was it never needed it. And not to get too emotional, but thanks for the good times, Switch, especially Kirby Forgotten Land.
You feel nostalgic for everything, though, because you're 14
Especially
years
Kirby.
old.
Yes,
that's
especially
true.
Kirby. We love Kirby in this house. But here's to the Switch 2, indeed. I think it would be far and away a better console, even if
you know
it
what?
has some teething
I
issues.
was cynical about the Switch 2 because
me
it'll
too.
never be the Switch.
Mm.
And the economy is in the trash and the world sucks. But
is that where you're ending?
see you next week. But clearly the demand is high. It's so high, Nintendo is struggling to even meet it. They all got imported before all the tariff nonsense, so it seems like it's gonna do just fine. The Switch 2, folks, the Switch 2 is gonna be just fine.
You heard it here first.
All right, we'll be back next week. Thank you so much for watching. Those are our favorite Switch games. Please let us know your favorite Switch games too. Make sure they're actually Switch games and not Metaphor ReFantazio. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and visit us at thegamer.com. That's The Gamer, no spaces.